Let's take a look at our new Mini Gill. This is a little 2-inch bait, very flat and wide profile. So this little guy is made to look like a mini bluegill, a mini panfish, but it's small enough to where it could also be like a leech, a crayfish, and some of these more natural patterns. It could look a lot like a crayfish, could look like a shad. Really, this imitates just about everything that a bass or a large panfish or a crappie will eat. So this is a really cool little bait. It has little ribs down the entire side of the bait. What those do is move water. So you'll notice when you first drop them down into the water, sometimes these will trap air, but the same way it'll kind of trap water. So as you're pulling it, these little fins and ribs will push and move and kind of move water. So it gives this little bait, even though it's only 2 inches, it gives it more presence, something for those fish in their lateral line, something they can feel. Really moves, pushes water, moves through the water. Has this little kind of tickle tail back on the end too, so it gets lots of little tail action out of it. And this can be fished so many different ways. Now, I will say one of the benefits to our baits, as opposed to some of the others out there, is they are not salted and they are not scented. And by not salting them, what we get is kind of a neutrally buoyant bait. So when this bait is on, let's say, let's find a drop shot here, this bait will sit horizontally in the water. If this bait was salted, what it wants to do is, since the salt is impregnated in those baits, it makes it heavier in the water, and it'll make that bait want to sink, and they'll sit in the water and droop like that, which is really not what we're looking for. We want this bait to stand on this drop shot, and we want it just to stand perfectly horizontal, just like that. And scent, scent, a lot of companies will scent their baits and they get awfully stinky. You won't get stinky fingers with ours. There's no scent, no need for it. And there's a lot of different ways that you can fish this bait. And probably the most common way that most of you guys are going to fish it is either weightless, or you're going to fish it just on a plain little jig head. And this one is a size 4 hook with just a little 3/32 jig head. A 1/32 is good, a 1/16 is good, 3/32, even up to 1/8. 1/8 is about as big as I would go with this little bait. And it will accommodate a range of hook sizes, just because this bait has just a lot of kind of blank real estate on the top here. So you can fish up to a size 2, you can go down to a 4, you can even go down to a 6. Just keep in mind, the farther that you creep back into this tail, the less action that you're going to get. So a size 4 in a lot of different styles of hooks seems to fit this little bait very, very well. And most guys will rig it just kind of flat like this, one side up, one side down, and you could fish it under a float. You can just free fish it, you can hop it on the bottom, you can steady retrieve it. A very easy, forgiving bait to fish. And some other things you can do with it, of course, is just throw it on the back of one of our micro spin jigs. This adds kind of a flatter, wider profile. It makes it look more, let's say, like a crayfish or something like that. This one is a 1/16 ounce on a size 4 hook. You could bump it up to the bigger one, 1/8, with the size, I believe it's a size 2 hook we have on the site. Either one, you can rig it just fine with that. Another popular way to rig it will be on like a Texas rig. And same thing, you could use a size 2, a size 4, or a size 6. And I've been rigging them with this Ryugi Hobbit little hook. And they even have an in-between size. They actually have a size 3. I think this one's the 4, but a size 3 actually works really, really well on this little bait. And you'll want to fish it with a little size 1/32 bullet weight or 1/16 ounce bullet weight. Little small tungsten bullet weights. You don't need to go very big with this guy. And you could also fish it on a drop shot, and you'll want to use a size 4 or a size 2 drop shot hook. A lot of different ones you can use. Owner mosquito hooks work well. Ryugi has one that works real well. Decoy has one as well. And you also want to use a fairly small drop shot weight, 1/16, 1/32, 3/32, something like that. I would not go above a size 1/8 probably. I'd keep it under that, at or under that. And the whole idea is here to nose hook it and just get it to sit there horizontal in the water. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, the spy jig. So you could fish it on one of our little micro spy jigs with the prop on the front of it. This one is the largest one. I think this is the 1/8 ounce with the bigger hook, but you could go down to the 4 with this, the 1/16, I believe is what that one is. That would probably be a better fit for this guy. And just let it fall and let the prop kind of do its thing as it hits the bottom, and then you can just pop it up and down or steady retrieve it and get that, that prop to spin. Let's see, this one is a little micro jika rig that I made. So you can just hop it right along the bottom, keeps it about 2 inches off the bottom. Really imitates a crayfish or a little small panfish that's trying to hug the bottom. This one I just made with one of those Ryugi Infinity Hobbit hooks. This one I believe is the size 4. And I just have a little drop shot wire kind of form there in a small little tungsten jika weight. And yeah, it's a great way to make your own little micro jika weights. And with this setup, it's kind of a vertical setup like a drop shot. So this wire form keeps that hook perfectly horizontal on the bottom. So nice little way just to drag this little 2-inch bait around on the bottom, and easy way to fish it. And you can also just throw it on our little micro bladed jigs. This is the bigger one. This is the 1/8 ounce. I think it might be a size 1 hook on these guys if I'm right. There's a smaller one, a 1/16 ounce on a smaller hook that would also fit this little guy really, really well. So it's a very forgiving, really easy bait to fish. You could really put it on just about any rig. I can't really think of a rig that you can't fish this on. Oh yeah, I forgot to even mention we do have little micro underspin hooks as well. I mean, you could throw this on a little underspin. Yeah, like I said, I can't really think of a wrong way to fish this bait. So very effective little bait on largemouth. Smallmouth bass go crazy for this little guy. Crappie, this is a great large panfish bait. Really doesn't do well on smaller panfish, but some of those big bull bluegills and really big panfish, they can absolutely get a hold of this thing. Yeah, really, really great bait for anything that eats a small shad or a small bait fish. And we're calling this one the Mini Gill, and you can find them on our website at moondogbaitco.com.